Well, here we are. Match number 7, the first one of the day, starting off on the wonderful Miramar. What kind of mayhem will we see? Is it going to be more fast-paced action where a lot of people die off early on, or are we going to have some people last a little while longer? We had a city ending yesterday, and we had 9 teams up at the end during that one. It's quite a big difference between what we see sometimes. Ugh. There we go. We also didn't see any hut drops on Miramar yesterday. And it looks like that is continuing, though most of our teams are up to the north. Nobody on the southern side. One team going to Los. We have a team in Chuma. Everyone else is Picado or further north, and we go down to Valdemar for our first zone. Tequila on the screen. They didn't have a great first day. They didn't have a bad first day, aka they had a pretty good start to the day. They got 20 points, but then they got 0 points in the game right after that, and it was hard for them to keep up with the pacing of our first and second place teams in Mira and potentially Dangerous. I mean, Mira, 104 points. Potentially Dangerous had 84. And even 55, they may not have gotten a win, but they got plenty of kills to get themselves up in third place. Just a single point ahead of AKA. Oh no. I think this is the last water in here. That's no good. I didn't make sure to make myself any gamer subs before I started, so... We're just, like, stuck. Let's see. Ooh, Mira might end up fighting Caution here. MRX chilling in the corner. Haven drops a person off, continues to drive about. I feel like they know there's a player here somewhere. This is playing like they did some research, knew that there was gonna be someone around, right, and are trying... Oh, jump shots. Does a lot of damage. Headshot from the jump shot of Fauna to end up getting the knock, and then they get the flush. That's... I don't even know. That's crazy. Alright, Mira, continue on. Early kill for them already. They didn't really need it. Gumas goes down. Bandits pick up a point. They're in 7th place right now, and they have plenty of teams around them that they can try and get higher than. I mean, No Limit Gaming. Moolah's here. Early headshot from La Peaks there. Wasn't able to follow it up with any more damage. Now he's going for the shots onto HFit, who's just going for the drive-by, and he hits the bullets that he needs to. Down goes La Peaks. Flush gonna come out here in just a second. Chuki finds that one. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Pippa getting a flush onto AKA. They're fighting in Hacienda. Nanu also up on the rooftop right next to Pippa. Though I think Nanu is the only one that's heard the footsteps of Pippa so far. How far does Pippa push? Oh, Nanu tries to get the right time, isn't able to get all the shots he needed. Danchin shooting him in the back. If Nanu tries to peek around that, yeah, Crack is there to try and stop him. Falcon finds RN0 trying to go for the immediate flush. Isn't able to. Falcon now getting shot off of the roof by Psycho, though he's still hanging on right on the edge. These players still trying to deal with Nano, just not able to find the angle. Falcon is pushing up, was spotted out by Pippa. Gonna see the nade, and what a quick little flick to get a little bit of damage. That nade, if it was cooked for just a little bit longer, probably would have been able to get the knock onto Pippa. But it flies harmlessly by him. Falcon popped a medkit, so he's back up to 100 HP. And, oh, Pippa takes down Falcon. They're just looking around. They're trying to find the angle. But playing on top of these rooftops is making it very difficult for 55 to actually do anything to them. So now you have Psycho over here. You have 3 players. You have a little bit more util as they're searching through the buildings. Danchin is dropped off of the rooftop. And it's just Nanu up there. Oh, Crack, you gotta be careful. Nanu is coming around the side. Oh, he spotted him. I feel like that was a really slow reaction to actually finding him. Gets a headshot onto Crack as he falls down off of the rock. Now 55 have to completely regroup and figure out how they want to take this fight. Danchin making it over to the safety of the building. And Psycho is going to be the one going for the flank. But no matter what Crack does, Nanu up on the rooftop is going to be able to put a decent stop to it. That's a headshot for 61 damage. This isn't even in the zone. That's the worst part about it. Bandits driving by. If they hear any of the shooting, they might stop. Try and get involved, third party. There is a couple of players down on each team. So we'll see. Brack is now up on the rooftop. Nanu has kind of retreated back towards the side of it. Mira fighting up against 4 Monkeys men, but they're also fighting against No Limit Gaming. Mira do pick up another kill onto Godson. Nanu has been taken down. 455. Danchin, the last one, and down he goes to the spray from Pippa. As Mira pick up another kill onto the 4 Monkeys men, who didn't have a great start yesterday, but they are up to 27 points, 10 placement points, 17 kills. That is not too shabby at all. Oh, they have a person up in the glider too. Just having fun, messing about. We still have 3 teams not inside the play zone yet. 3, possibly 4. Is there another team over by 55 now? Shift S, they're down to a 2-man. Yeah, I think Bandits actually went back. Yeah, they stopped just to the south of Haciendas. We have 4 teams that aren't even in Phase 1 blue right now. We have 14 players dead, 1 team eliminated, and we're just about to go into Phase 2. 10 minutes on the clock, Phase 2, and we go up to the north. No prison ending for us. No chicken drumstick. Shift S. I don't know where they're trying to go. I feel like the spot they had is actually better than this. The angles onto this compound a little bit easier won't be able to keep the truck alive for very long. So as soon as they stop up here, the tires are going to get popped, and they're going to be stuck trying to play that compound no matter what for the rest of this game, even if it hard shifts away from them. And there's so many different angles that can see onto this. So I don't know if that's really the compound that I would have wanted to choose. I feel like it's a tricky one. Meanwhile, LFP1, he's lost his glider, but he ended up way up on the rocks, and he can just lay down if he needs to get out of the way. Luckily for him, this is just barely inside the play zone. And I mean, he's gonna be loving it up there. I don't know how much ammo he has, but if he has a ton of ammo, it's just free reign for him to shoot at whoever he wants. He just has to make sure he doesn't get double headshot. And he's gonna be good to go. Tequila! 9th place, 26 points, 55. Like we said earlier, they made themselves 3rd place, 51 points. Only 11 placement points, so first couple of games from them, they just didn't do too good. I feel like the more I'm seeing 55, they're a slow start kind of team. So always for like game 1 and 2 of any series that they play, it's kind of looking rough, kind of slow, like, ooh, what is going on with 55? And then they'll pick it up, and then they'll pick it up more and more. We'll have to see if that stands true for day 2. Are they going to continue to have a great time? Arn Zira is just dropping into Valdemar after he got a res, so depending on how quickly Tequila gets over to him, he might go down pretty quick. Potentially dangerous. They lose 1 in rotation, but they do have an okay spot in zone. I wouldn't necessarily say they have a great spot. I feel like we have to see where this next zone pulls in the next 10 seconds to really gauge how good or bad a position Potentially Dangerous has. So the zone pops just to the north of Valdemar. Can we get a quick view of the map? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. It's whatever. We'll get one at some point. Why am I yawning already? Just gotta make sure to breathe properly. Alright. So this is our look at it. Potentially Dangerous. I think they go try and take a donk mode spot right now. I think it's doable. Shift S, we were talking about them being stuck at that compound. The very next zone shift is probably going to take them out, and they don't have a vehicle. That's going to suck, to try and make a rotation without a vehicle. Zona, you just threw down so many smoke grenades. And I feel like you panicked a little bit. I feel like that definitely could have just been like 1, maybe 2 smoke grenades, and you would have been good. But Dunga's trying to hit the shot onto HFIT. Looked okay. Didn't find anything, though. I mean, I feel like at this point, he was like, oh, maybe that's not actually a person. Because it looked like his shots were going to be perfect. Oh, so Terra, just a little bit late on those shots over towards Guckstarl. 55. They were trying to go for the flank around Zona, who do end up getting the kill onto Psycho. The flush might come out from Nevermind, stealing the point away. As, yeah, there we go. Picor does find the flush. Wutulin's finding the flush onto Schneider. And Nevermind. I feel like we're seeing their name all over the kill feed so far in game number 1. They only had 16 points in day number 1. So, if in game number 1 today, they end up getting a bunch of points, that's going to be a really good start from them because they're currently in the relegation zone. They don't want to be. So now we check and see Zona. They're going to try their rotation. They are missing a tire. But if they make it over to their other teammates, they're in on the very edge of the zone, and doesn't look like there's any more tires on these vehicles. So Zona going to have a very difficult rotation going forward from here. Elements above a 2-man from Animaniacs. Up to the north we go, back towards Brickyard, and all of a sudden, I have to stand corrected about Potentially Dangerous's position. It's phenomenal. They played it perfectly. I guess they just knew where the zone was going to go, and I should not try and say anything about it because they read it perfectly. As Beast getting shot in the back by Tequila. Headshot, body shot by Loki. Unfortunately, not enough. This is not a DMR that he was shooting with. The nade does a little bit more damage to Leo before Zig finds the last member. Elements down in 15th. And I feel like we've rezzed a lot of players because we've lost more players. We've had another team go down on us now. But we're at 48 players. That's only 2 less than before. Bloods picking up a kill onto Buena. Stun goes out. Perfectly behind the pillar is Bloods. That one does a lot more. He goes down. I was gonna say maybe he shoots blind as the box takes down 2 with the ace. Again, I think that gun sucks. It's no fun. Shift S does end up dying in their compound. Zona, I don't think it has a better opportunity leaving that. Only 1 player left. Mira is going to be hanging out to try and pick up that kill. Caution. Right on the edge of the zone in a shack. I think there was 3 different players in there. And they had 55 throwing some util. Not able to get any knocks or flushes off of the util. But Nevermind are on the other side of them. I think Caution are going to keep their head down. I don't think 55 really has to worry too much about them peeking. It seems like they're going to stay relatively quiet. They do send out an epic or emergency cover. E-cover. Is what I was trying to say. Aranzira stuck behind a tree. Oh, he is dead here. Yep. Knock comes out from Yayi. Should be able to get the flush here in just a second. But it gets stolen away. Batungas. For not today. Another team in dire need of some points. Never mind. How many points do they actually have? How many kills do they have so far? No. I got baited. I thought for sure we were going to get to see. 55. They have 6 kills. 5 of which have all come from Pippa. So he is having a phenomenal game right now. He is looking to get some momentum going for him and his team going into this. Potentially dangerous. They're on the very edge of the zone now. Over on the eastern side, we have potentially 4 teams that are going to be fighting for the western side. Then you have a couple down to the south that are going to have to make their rotation into the zone. Not today. And Bandits controlling more of the center. Right along the roadside. There is a singular house that one of these teams can try and send it into if they really want to. just to the west of Bandits. Fauna trying to make his way for... Oh. I don't know if that was the shots, Fauna. I think you're still gonna, like, absolutely manhandle this boy, but I don't know if that was the shots to take. 5 kills right now for Mira. Pretty evenly spread as... Oh, Haven. Haven got the vehicle stuck right alongside the boxes, and it's just not a spot where you can park a vehicle. Doesn't do too well. Emergency cover does come out for Mira. AK Solds takes down Linguina. And it's all onto Craze. Only 3 kills for Nevermind. I honestly thought they were doing better than that. I thought they had more kills. Solds gets his flush, and now there's 1 player left, and they have some vehicles to drive forward with. 4 Monkey's men trying to hold off a push from Mulaz. Looks like Mulaz didn't want to try and send it straight down the street in the middle of everyone, so they're pushing into 4 Monkey men's. There's a mortar going out from someone. I don't really know where it was trying to land or who they were aiming at. Lands in the middle of nowhere. Tavon is the one that ends up in this shack. What? The fact that Tavon is the one that ended up in that small shack just absolutely blows my mind, because they were on the edge of zone to the east, and now they just have bandits surrounded. They could shoot at him from both sides, as Batungas gets an opening knock on to Gringo to make it a little bit easier for the 4 Monkeys men. The Molotov, not enough to get a knock onto one of the players. Out from the side is Guxar, only finds one, finds a second. Sonic's gonna be the last one left. He does make his way in there, and Screaming watches the angle, takes him down. Mira trying to look down from above, gets a couple of shots, and only hits one of them onto Screaming. So he's going to back off, as Potentially Dangerous going for very long-range shots onto them. But would you believe it, 7 teams left, so we're into the placement points, and both Mira and Potentially Dangerous still alive. MXR finds 1. The trade comes out from Fauna on to Gordao. So now it's MRX and Alka going up against a 2-man of Mira. The res isn't coming out for Mira yet, but it is for Caution. And if they get that res, I feel like they really should try and push forward. They know Fauna's watching now. They might try and play a little bit on the back foot. They don't have any util to use. Haven does get flushed out by MRX. So now... Oh, Potentially Dangerous. They saw their opportunity to make it over here, support Tavon a little bit, take the high ground away from the rest of the players. So Caution gonna be flanked here in just a second. Gabru throwing that smoke may give away to Caution that there's a team over here. I don't know if they'll hear the smoke or if they'll hear footsteps or what first. Gabru does throw nade up and over, hits the side of the hill, but it just doesn't roll anywhere. Any second now, Caution is going to be looking over here. Danny from No Limit Gaming completely out in the open. Tavon ends up getting a different player on the team. There we go. Tavon does go down. Gabru with the 6th sense to turn around as Alka peeks over the edge. Tony with the nade, throwing it forward. 56 damage onto Gordao. The second nade following up doesn't find anything. Mira eliminate the 4 Monkeys men. Now they're finding a knock onto Gordao. Bandits, they did have a team crash onto them. The last player of No Limit Gaming, they were able to hold the defensive line. We have 5 teams left, and I don't think caution is going to be very long for this world, surrounded by both potentially dangerous and Mira. The shot's going to be coming out. Tony finds one, Gabbru the other. Now we're down to 4 teams. 4v4, v3v3. 4-4-3-3. And, oh, potentially dangerous. Gifted the zone after they sent Tavon over here earlier. It definitely worked out very well for them. They are going to be fighting Mira for the high ground. But Bandits and Not Today both going to be trying to fight on the low ground. Mira, they have 11 kills so far in this match. LFP1 has 5 of them. Not Today, though. I'm glad to see them back in the top 4. And not only that, they do have 4 players up. I feel like this was how Not Today kind of succeeded in staying in Division 1 for so long, as they got placement points. They got top 4s. Even if they only had 1 or 2 players left alive, they'd make sure to survive and make it into a top 4 situation. And they'd get plenty of placement points. Tavon goes down to Fauna from the hillside, so that's going to take potentially dangerous down to 3, and it's going to be a difficult res to get. So I think they do have some vehicles to send it over to Tavon with. Yayi getting a knock onto Taifu. So Not Today. They're trying to make their way forward. They have 1 player left on Bandits. If they can deal with him, they could actually get a pretty easy res onto Taifu. Yayi goes down to Tony. Right now, it's 3 players up for every single team. Sold sends it down to the compound, and now they got the hard cover. Stuck in between 2 different teams is where they're going to be, as Batungas gets the knock onto Fauna. Quickly turns his attention over to potentially dangerous. Doesn't find any damage onto him. 6 kills for potentially dangerous, so not quite as many as Mira, but they are looking to have a better opportunity to win this one so far with the man advantage. Not Today is going to be going down, and potentially dangerous just crash right onto this. Glock, you got to get out of there. That C4 does so much. Cirlo picks up the knock. And now it's a 2v3. Cirlo should be able to get the res onto Taifu before potentially dangerous can make anything happen, and that's going to be a 4v2. 9 kills for Not Today. Cirlo picking up 4. Gabbru in a 2v1 right now. So every time he's peeking this, it's not just 1 player that he's trying to shoot at. There is a second, and Batungas with a great angle, staying moving, is able to take down Gabbru. Headshot, but not enough, is Not Today able to finish off potentially dangerous. 11 kills, and the chicken dinner. Beautiful from Not Today. They were in the relegation spots, and this is going to jump them up well towards the top of the leaderboard. Probably going to be around 6th place, if I had to guess, with how the points were before. And Mira also having a wonderful match, getting 12 more kills and some good placement points. Updated leaderboard, Not Today. They did jump up into 6th place. 37 points slotted right between Bandits and No Limit Gaming. Man, I called that one good. But Mira up to 121 points, potentially dangerous at 97. Then we drop down, 55 in AKA in the 50s when our top 2 are at 120 and 97. That's ridiculous. I don't know how those teams are going to do it. Never mind. I thought they were having a good game. I was wrong. Maybe they were just getting knocks. They weren't able to convert on any of the kills. They're down to 15th place. Only 19 points right now. Again, our cutoff probably going to be looking around the 40 to 50 point mark. And there is so many teams that still need to make it there. Only the top 4 have actually made it to that spot. Bandits and, well, Not Today, having that wonderful match right there, might be able to squeak their way through in these next couple of matches. No Limit Gaming, Moolahs, and 4 Monkey Men's, the one that are going to be trying to follow up right after them. Tequila, 30 points right now in 10th place. we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 8. Oh yeah, it's match number 8 underway. Last Miramar of the week that we got on store for you guys. See how Lawson and Sonics. We're gonna approach this one how Animaniacs Moolahs decide to take this. Again, so far, Miramar, the only map where we haven't had hut drops. So we'll have a kind of quiet beginning to this, possibly. And then we might see it just take right back off. But for right now, it actually looks pretty tame. I mean, No Limit Gaming ended up a little bit close, but I think they normally go a little bit further towards Chuma, and that was pretty far stretch. Kenman is getting shot at. Benya is pulling up on the other side of the church. Who gets a gun first? Oh, Kenman does. Benya is just going to try and get out of there, and Kenman going to return the favor of getting shot at. Oh, if he had hit a headshot there, I think that would have been hilarious, as Benya was trying to taunt him as he drove away. Unfortunately, Kenman got the worst gun in the game. Would have been better if he would have had that Tommy gun. Might have been able to actually get him real quick. Alright, another southern zone, but this one not nearly as far. Over towards the west, we're going to go towards Los Leones. Zona. Oh, look at that suppressor right on the front of that golden suppressor with that progressive skin. Alright, let's see. Shift S, even though they didn't get over towards Chuma, they actually do have decent priority on this zone. They can try and get somewhere they want to play. Same with Mullahs, if they decide to leave Los Leones, or maybe they think, hey, we had a city ending yesterday, maybe there's a chance we have another one today. Let's stick right inside Los to try and deal with that. Ooh, Kenman maybe stuck around here for a little bit too long. No Limit Gaming. You know, I don't blame him for doing that because it gets him down way faster. But opening your parachute can be quite loud. So I'm wondering if No Limit Gaming heard it and they might be able to shoot him in the back as he's trying to get away. Covering fire comes out though. Gumas putting down the suppressive fire. I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. And Aquino should have spotted him out. Now he's going for the... yeah. Donk mode gets to the knock. Kenman, I unfortunately think that was not really the play to go for. Honestly, maybe even take a route right up against the rocks so you have more cover for the most part. But you went into the dip and then you just, like, ran away. AKA trying to come over here to deal with the suppressive fire going down, and Glock misses every single shot onto Danshin. Aimed about 2 foot to the right. Wasn't able to hit anything. Falcon gets the knock onto Tony. Early down for potentially dangerous. Who are yet again trying to take care of AKA. Danshin finds one, Coyote the other, and Glock is the last one left. AKA. What do they do now? What does Glock do? Is he going to continue the fight? Or is he just going to wait till later on? Oh, that's a headshot onto Glock. They know where he is now. And that Molotov probably going to come right through the window and land on the stairs, and... Ooh, Glock. You know, pretty lucky with how all of that ended up. The util ended up not hitting him too much, and he gets out of there. Coyote ends up knocking his own teammate with the nade, and Glock, trying to take advantage, was thinking about pushing down. That Molotov lands right on top of Glock. He tries to go out, and he ends up getting a hip fire onto Coyote before he gets taken down by Danshin. Some of the hipfire kills that we've seen in these past couple of days have been hilarious to watch. I think that's the third hipfire headshot kill that we've seen. In match number 1, we saw Mira getting a jumping one. They did have an MP5, so I feel like it's a little different. As that's another headshot from Sonics. He doesn't follow it up with any more damage. It's just one singular headshot and nothing else. Mullahs, where are they? They're 8th place, 34 points. They ended up with the pretty much most priority possible on this zone. And they stick to the very edge of Los Leones. Maybe they'll be able to rotate through it really quick if it somehow goes all the way back down to the southeast. But if it goes over to the west, I feel like they lose out on a little bit. If it goes super down south, they might actually be okay. Might have some prio. Never mind trying to shoot at bandits as they scoot right by Yayi, trailing quite a bit behind his teammate. Takes another shot. Oh, never mind. Just didn't want to stop shooting at him. They still do have to make it into the zone, so it makes some sense for them to try and take those shots, but now Yayi makes it over here. HVIT looks like he flipped his vehicle. I don't think it's going to be worth it to try and flip this vehicle back over. I think HVIT just has to hop into a vehicle and leave, or they're going to stick around. There is another minute. They're on the very edge of a zone, so it's not like they have any prio. If they wait until this zone starts to move and then they try and make their rotate, then they are already having the momentum of the vehicles. Should be able to maybe hop on the rotation a little bit faster. Chuki, staying behind is not in your best interest. I would hop in a vehicle and get on out of there. The rest of your teammates had started driving forward, and here you are, stuck. Now you're way behind. And this is where bandits, I feel like, just need to make sure that they are actually properly rotating as a full foreman, because they're not right now. We hop over to No Limit Gaming up against Shift S. Gumas goes down. Lapeaks did get a knock onto Donk mode. Bloods Gits and Quanyo. Now it's down into a 2v2. Bloods and Lapeaks up against Benya and Rasty. Benya, I feel like, has to get over here kind of quick. It is a 2v1 right now on Rasty's position. He's going for the shots, though. Does take down Lapeaks. And now there's only one player left. Bloods going to be getting pressured by Benya. He has another nade. This is a good play. Oh, Bloods got shot from the window. Now the stun goes out. Benya has a good feeling. He knows where he hears the footsteps. He throws the Molotov forward. Yeah. Blood's making a little bit too much sound running around, and Benya is able to find him. Shift S eliminated in 15th. Not today, getting a pretty good camp onto bandits. So much damage goes out. One vehicle blown up. Another one smoking dangerously as Fachita goes down to Sonic's. HVIT trying to throw out the smoke. Fachita probably going to go down here in just a second. Yeah, there we go. Sonic's does get credited his kill. Yayi. No, you were already more than halfway. Why are you going back? Oh. No, you need to commit to that. You were already more than halfway. The angle was going to be going away for Mullahs. And instead, you decide to run straight back into their fire. So unfortunate there for Yayi, but also very much his own doing. That was not how you wanted to play that one. You wanted to go across. You were halfway across, and then you turned back where they already had the shots lined up. Chuki. Trying to go for a cheeky little angle. Gets shot at by a Bolty and goes like, maybe I don't want to actually be over there right now. Both these can be pretty scary with only a level 2 helmet. They do one tap. We donut up. Mullah's gonna be pretty happy with that. Maybe a little bit further south would have been great. 55 eliminated in 14th places. Never mind, pick up that kill. Animaniacs. Are they gonna try? Do they know that Craze is here? Craze gets the knock onto Moo. Now he has to worry about Lawson, who is on the same side of the street as him. Vehicle is pulling up from Zig, so maybe he hears the shots from that. Very long-range shots coming out from the other member of Nevermind, and I feel like, yeah, those shots are great, but it's not like your team is crashing onto this. I think you should be getting over here to support this, take this fight as a full 4v3, because right now it's a 3v3. Shots going out. Skatastico gets the knock onto Artray, so that's 2 players knocked for Animaniacs. And there's really no need for an anchor at this point. You're just leaving this as a 3v2. Animaniacs trying to regroup inside of the compound. And now look, he doesn't even have an angle in onto this. He took a couple of shots while they were moving in a vehicle, so not high quality shots in the first place, because it's harder to hit them. And now you're super far away from your team. And there's really not any info you can give them from that spot that they don't already have. Hey, we know that these players went back to the compound. They're throwing nades at us. We know where they are. Craze trying to cross the road does take a headshot. The other member of Nevermind is making it over here now. And the rest of Nevermind did wait for the push until he got over here, so now... Yeah, see, this is a great reposition from him. He's going up the hillside a little bit, so he still keeps a little bit of an off angle. He can give new, better info over. Lawson goes pretty low to Craze there. Gonna be able to hit the first aid. Has plenty left. We're still in the early game. Nobody's burned through him yet. 2-man from Nevermind getting ready to push the building. Being as tactical as they can. Throwing the stun through the doorway. And Lawson behind him is going to throw his stun out. Picor ends up taking down Skatastico. And then Lawson finds Picor. 2 players down already for Nevermind all of a sudden. And Watulans and Craze, they were going for a little bit more of off angles. Craze does find the knock onto Zig. That's the flush onto Picor. Skatastico crawling around outside. Oh, Watulans was spotted there. Now the shot's going to come out. Lawson almost losing the fight to Watulans. Isn't able to hit any shots with the follow-up. The smoke completely blocking off his view. Goes for the reload. That nade through the staircase. That one, pretty good. Lawson able to avoid it, as it wasn't cooked long enough to take him out. Watulans, stop going for the off angle now. 2v1, push in there, take him out. You guys can do it. You have a stun. don't somehow kill each other. Oh, Lawson trying to get up on that windowsill. We see him failing over and over. Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, you have a 2v1, you're in the blue zone, you're about to hop into phase 4. You're going to start taking a lot more damage from the blue zone. You're trying to make the commit to this fight, but it's too late now. Yeah. I don't know. This is just dumb at this point. Now you just mollied off the staircase, so your teammate can't even push if he wanted to. No first aid kits left. Listen, Lawson may go down here. But that was just really bad gameplay by Nevermind. I don't know. The opportunities that they could have had, you have him into a 2v1, you have stuns, get in there, throw a stun up the staircase, push it, take him down. Instead, they waited till phase 4, where you can't really fight too well. Nanu takes himself out with a nade. What is happening? Racy going for some shots onto Danshin. And Falcon full body peeking that. That's a better peek there. Only peeking out with the head towards Racy. The stun goes forward. And Danshin throws a completely uncooked nade around the corner. Which does find a little bit of damage onto Racy's. This Molotov completely ruining the angle. And there we go. Danshin finishing off Racy's. No Limit Gaming eliminated in 11th. But yeah, we had team kills going on. Nanu knocked himself with his own nade. I don't even know. This is just tragic game so far. It's just outside the city. We did have a city ending yesterday, Rational. It was Ohyang. It was the city ending we had. Okay, so even though Nanu ended up knocking himself with his own nade, he does get back up. He gets the knock on to Taifu. Not today. Are going to be able to get him rezzed up. They're in on the very edge. They're probably going to want to move a little bit. Unfortunately, they have to either go across the street or take a fight to Mira, and Mira is not one of the teams you want to fight right now. 121 points after 7 matches. They're on fire in this lobby, as they should be. They are a dominant force, potentially dangerous, also up towards the top of the leaderboard with a huge drop-off after those two teams. So it looks like Tequila took a lot of losses to Bandits and Siriano. We're gonna back off. I believe Potentially Dangerous did already get eliminated in this match, trying to take an early fight to AKA, as AKA tried to pop an E pickup and disappear. Potentially Dangerous was like, no, we're gonna crash onto you and get eliminated. Did not work out for them. A couple of shots that just didn't connect, and Potentially Dangerous ended up going out. Caution. Could have had a really good shot onto Batungas there. Now he's just trying to lay into the folded shield, do some damage. He only has 124 spare bullets, though. So as much as he wants to destroy that, doesn't really have the ability to with how much ammo he has remaining. AKA, they found an interesting position. They lose the tires on a couple of vehicles, but they do have another one right up against the rocks. Maybe they go into the blue zone and can rotate around, otherwise they have to kind of go straight towards Mira and then cut up to the road as soon as possible. But those are really the options for AKA right now. Not today. They have a little bit of cover in some containers as they're pushing towards Mira. But it's looking pretty time limited for both of those teams right now. Zona, they have a 5-stack, and down towards the bottom of it, looks like they had a couple of folded shields set it up. And then up on the top floor, they also have one blocking one of the windows, maybe preventing one of the angles from actually becoming a problem. Also, I can't believe I just said setted. My words didn't stop when I wanted them to. Alright, not today. I think this is the better play for them, because pushing into Mira is a death sentence anyways. So they're gonna come over here and then... I don't know why they stopped so early. I would have kept on going. And maybe tried to get on the other side of the warehouse. Taifu does have a Panzer. He's ready to push any second now. MRX with a good Molotov to prevent anyone from pushing forward right now. Stall for a little bit of time. Make them push well, taking damage from the blue zone. Never a bad idea. Gordau does have a P90 and he survives the Panzer. Now he repositions. Hopefully he'll be able to get a heal off. He should have gotten that heal off now. That P90 is going to be detrimental as... Oh, it's from the other side. Batungas gets a lot of damage. MRX takes down Cirlo. Batungas takes down Gordo. Caution, get eliminated. Batunga's the last one left as Solds picks up Soritera right afterwards. And unfortunately for Batunga's, it's not going to be possible to res your teammate here. You just have to try and push forward, but this is where I would have tried to send it around to. If I was not today, go right around and make it into this position. That way you can hold the other team out, not have to fight through them, but have them fight towards you. He does get the res onto Soitera. I didn't think it was possible. But in return for that, Mira got right in front of them. Batungas takes some damage from Mira, and now he goes down as Nanu finds the final shot. Not today. Eliminated. 8th place. Mira going to be fighting up against Elements on the low ground now. Aspiz and Maya going to be the two members from Elements going over here. 25 points for them. They are 4 points outside of relegation right now. Caution did just get eliminated. I don't know how many kills they had. Three seconds until we see where this zone goes, and we kind of just center up. There's not really too many teams inside that zone. Gonna be plenty of movement. I don't think Elements are gonna be very long for this world. Mira gonna lob some util over here. That nade somehow doesn't find any damage as Maya returns one of his own, finds a little bit onto a couple of players. Fauna takes down Maya with the headshot. That blue zone is gonna do enough with the green tarp in the way. Unfortunately, he bumped right into it and wasn't able to make a step around. Goes down. And Mira up to 5 kills to extend their lead even further. And I think it's pretty cut and dry at this point. I mean, Mira is going to take first place. We are game 8, and I think I can confidently say that Mira is going to take first place. Nanu, I would be careful how much you try and peek that. Coyote, he's peeking the Lynx right now. Headshot onto Haven. They still haven't hit any shots onto LFP1. Oh, just hanging out on the side of the window. Unnamed takes down FZ1K. These are definitely some interesting names. Physic? Or is it just FC? And he has 1K afterwards. I don't know. Oh, you see him, Daryl. He's there on your screen. Now on the low ground, you have Mira still over there on the low ground. But they're going to be fighting up against the 4 Monkey Men's now. Daryl with a huge nade onto Unnamed. The box takes down Daryl in return. 3 of Moolah is still going to try and push forward into this 5-stack. Buena finds a knock onto Sonic, so now it's down to a 2-man. Zumalende was outside trying to find the angle. He ends up getting knocked. Buena does find the last player, and he's going to be able to get the res onto Zumalende. These 4 Monkey Men's are falling to Mira. There they go. 4 teams remain. Mira, Zona 8 Gaming, AKA, and Bandits is Bandits and AKA. Currently locked in a fight. Yayi does get the knock onto Coyote. Nanu gonna try and get the res as Danshin make sure that Mira doesn't try and push up the hillside towards them. Zona gonna have the angle onto Danshin. He was assuming it came from the top, but Zona has all but evacuated the 5-stack to try and push forward on the ground. Hvit gets a knock onto Buena with the nade. Solds the knock onto Danshin. Gets the flush as well. I mean, Mira just have pretty much full control of this. Nanu takes a headshot from Haven, loses his helmet. Unnamed. The knock onto Hvit, the flush as well. 4v2, v3v2 right now. And it looks like AKA, they're just pushing forward. They're going to be trying to find the kills. The Shoddy takes down Yayi. Now he goes looking for any more that he can find. He hears the footsteps outside. The door opens. The shotgun goes out. 3 bullets do connect. They don't find enough, though. And Unnamed finishes off AKA. Mira trying to find the rest of them. Those blue zones should be able to finish it off. Unnamed gonna go down here in just a second. There we go. And it's the winner chicken dinner for Mira with 12 kills. Back-to-back 12-kill games. This one ends up with a win for Mira. So that's another 22-point game. That's going to put them onto, what, 143? They're just dominating. Can they break 180 points? I think the record for a single day is 183 set by Twisted Minds. So I'll be curious to see if they can get higher than that, but we should have an updated leaderboard in just a second. There we go. Yeah, 143 points for them. Potentially dangerous, obviously, went out early, so they're stuck at 97, aka the team that took them out after they tried to crash had a good match, and they are up to 68 points in sole third place, taking it back away from 55 as they just keep on swapping spots. At 55 with 57 points in fourth place. Looking down towards the bottom of our leaderboard, Elements currently the top position in the relegation zone. 27 points for them. Zona 2 points ahead in 12th place. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 9. That took too long coming back. We're underway. Tequila's hut dropping against No Limit Gaming, but we have popcorn. Oh, Leal, all we can see is his head, and Rasty not able to connect with the shots onto it. As not today are getting taken down by potentially dangerous. Ooh, Rasty's from the side goes down to Wilson. Should be able to get rezzed if they are quick with it. But it looks like Donk Mode trying to take the fight first. Rez second. Leal goes down to Donk Mode. Wilson continuing his rap. Should be able to get the angle in just a second. Benya was spotted out. Oh, Wilson did get spotted out by Benya. Siriano gonna try and push forward. Get the res onto Leal. I feel like... good messages. No, it just happened to be 2 notifications at the same time. Wilson maybe trying to bait out a little bit. Get that punch through the window. That's a bait vehicle, don't fall for it. You can still hear footsteps. Don't fall for the bait vehicle. Donk Mode takes a lot of damage. We hear the shotgun going out. Rasty takes down TCM. Siriano takes a lot of damage from Benya. And it quiets right back down. We're having a great time. Eating popcorn, casting PUBG. Win is No Limit Gaming. Can either back off or push this. Donk Mode has no health left. Clearly doesn't have any first aid kits or he would have used one by now. Shotgun from Leal jumping is able to get the knock onto one. He tries to push up immediately. Finds a second onto Nquano. Now it's only 2 players left standing for No Limit Gaming. Rasties and Donk Mode. Donk Mode is spotted out. Leal gets another. One more to find, and he finds the final player. 4 kills for Leal. Should be able to get the res onto Wilson quickly. TCM just has to go get res at his res station real quick, and they'll be back up to a 4-man. We almost dropped that popcorn. That would have been a pain. Oh, Moolah's going right in front of where bandits are trying to go. So they're going to have to pull up to the north unless they want to try and take an early fight. As Moolah's do take down Skatastico. Picor over on the res station. Taking a couple of shots at Zona as they pull up. Oh, H-Fit, one more bullet. You need to hit that. And instead, he's going to start getting shot at by another member of Mullahs, who gets taken down by Fajita. Covering fire coming out very well for Bandits. That may be part of the reason why they're 5th place in our lobby right now. 46 points. Good covering fire, keeping each other alive. Helps you get into a top 5. Ooh, Gringo shots over towards Yayi. Does look like Daryl makes it back to the compound. Are they going to try and... Okay, they are clown carring away from here. Question is, where are they going to go? They go towards the giant lake. I feel like I would have wanted to go the exact opposite way. Pretty much. Poor monkeys, man. Look like they may just be sending it to the center of the zone. We do have an E-pickup going out from Shift S over on the eastern side of the zone. And this is a good one. They nailed it. Oh, do they even take it? I don't know if you take that E-pickup. You're still in the zone. You're in a decent spot. I mean, I guess you can reposition if you want. But there wasn't really too many teams over on that eastern side. Yeah, it looks like 2 players did make sure to not take it. The other 2 should be able to get a decent bit of scouting as they drop back down. Not too bad for Shift S. Bandits, as they were over on the western side, definitely had to try and drive through. Now they've run into Animaniacs, and would you believe it, there's 1 player on Bandit super far behind the rest. Animaniacs were really thinking about stopping and trying to fight him. Bandits gotta stop doing that, though. Oh, no. It's a good thing that Tiggleton isn't in this lobby, because we've seen him absolutely dime up that position with mortars before that Bandits just took. Ooh, Leo getting a knock onto Fauna. He is on it right now for Tequila, but he gets shot in the back by LFP1. Siriano doesn't have the angle, trying to look for it, and holy, LFP1 with the headshots onto Siriano to get the knock. 1 player left, Wilson, the last player standing for Tequila. And he's going to hop in the vehicle and get out of there. Not a bad play. I mean, his team's down and out. You're in a 1v4 against Mira. Go back to Danching and regroup. Try and stay alive, get some placement points. You're only at 30 points. You're very close to the relegation zone. So literally every single point you can get will matter. And of course, Mira needed more 3-year and great weapons, so LFP1 gonna pick one of those up. Nevermind really throws me off as a team overall. Because I feel like we see them get plenty of knocks in the kill feed, but then they just don't secure the kills. Really, like, I don't know what I'm looking at when I see them in the kill feed. It really throws me off, I guess. Oh. Mira are gonna be loving their spot right now. 55 also with a very good one. And those two teams by themselves can probably control about 50% of the zone. Oh, just have absolutely secluded Picor over here. Lepeaks ends up taking down Picor. Bloods gets the flush. Shift S, 2 more points. And they're at 22 points in last place. So a couple of points early in this match. Really right around the halfway mark. Is going to be a good thing for them. Alright, bandits are just fully committing to this position. Does nobody have a mortar? A lot of teams moving. Nobody really fighting yet. Potentially dangerous. They're going to be driving right by bandits. Shift us, going over to the eastern side. Meanwhile, you have mullahs coming in from the south. Bandits, they tried to peek a little bit too far. End up losing a man to 4 monkey men's. They are able to get the res just fine. But it does distract 4 monkey men's just long enough for mullahs to make it into the zone as Tony able to take down a couple. Throws the nade over. Going for the flushes. Godson does steal the kill onto Sonics. Potentially dangerous. This is, not too comfortable of a spot. Mira fighting up against Nevermind. They've already taken out multiple. There's a third. There's only one player left on the team. Craze, and right behind them, they almost take down a member of AKA. Haven has a nade, so if he can just lob that into the building. Might be an easy kill there onto Craze. Oh, hits the top of it, though. Didn't have the angle quite right. And unfortunately, it's not a very easy push, but Craze going pretty low to that headshot. That Molotov, does it spread enough? Might spread enough to prevent him from being able to peek that easily. So we'll see what Haven does. He throws a smoke. I think that's a really good play. Now you can push this if you want. AKA thinking about the possibility of pushing over here. They've definitely changed their mind as Craze does get the opening knock onto Haven. LFP1 just comes crashing in with the vehicle. He backs off for a second. The nade isn't able to find Craze. A little bit of damage onto him there. LFP1 does get the res, and with the P90 able to shred Craze and eliminate him from this match. Bardem going right into Animaniac's position. Maya jumps out, takes down one. Lawson finds another, and it's just trades back and forth. One player left on each team, and Engine ends up getting a little bit of help from Chuki with the M24, and Lawson goes down. Oh, Pippa ready for this one, throws the Molotov forward, going for the spray, isn't able to find it, and now Danchin from the side is getting shots, and it's Yayi that ends up getting the knock. Pippa gonna go down here in just a second. He was wide out in the open. And you can just barely see his body, as Danchin does end up getting the flush. Oh, Haven definitely sees him. He's waiting for the perfect opportunity to shoot, though. Coyote is looking over here now. The shots ring out. Oh, but he's one bullet away. LFP1 did get the knock onto Nanu, though. Mira, they have 6 kills so far in this match. I feel like whenever we go over to Mira, they never have less than 5 kills. As Element's trying to deal with bandits, Loki getting the knock onto Fajita, the last one left for Elements. This Bardem, it doesn't have a lot of health left. And there we go, headshot from Loki, does find another. 55 lurking. Smokes go out, maybe a little bit of a distraction for 55. They don't know exactly where Elements might be. AKA coming over to this position, though. Coyote taking a lot of damage from Crack so far. Psycho not hitting the shots that he probably should so far. That nade gonna be coming up and over. Psycho is able to dodge out of the way, not take any damage. Elements aren't gonna stay quiet, though. It looks like they are still actively looking to take down more players. They're gonna be pulling right up on the edge. Psycho, who goes down to the nade from Engine. 6 kills for Element as they climb their way up the leaderboard away from the bottom 4. That nade going out. Took a little bit too long, isn't able to find anything. Zona find a knock and flush onto Engine, so now it's all onto Loki. He did see Coyote close there. That blue zone definitely gonna bounce way too far. He can underhand these. I feel like not using the underhand to the best of his ability is unfortunate. Coyote takes a lot of damage. Is just gonna keep his head tucked away for a second. As that nade from Boyna ends up finishing him off. Elements eliminated in 6th place. Shots from Gabru onto Solds is able to get the opening knock. That nade almost does enough to knock Gabru in return. 12 kills for Potentially Dangerous as Gabru trying to go for the reposition. LFP1 making his way over here. Should be able to actually get the res onto Solds. We are down to 5 teams. Caution, the only one in the zone right now. Good nade on to Coyote from Zumalenda. Now the shots come out from Nanu. He gets the return knock, but it's still a 2v3. And it looks like the res is going to be trying to come out. We heard him jump up onto the rock. So didn't Falcon, trying to go for the shots. And he has to jump back down off the rock as Fauna ends up with an angle. And now Falcon gonna try and push forward. He wants to steal the kill away. He does. No! Fauna still ends up getting the kill. He timed that shot perfectly to get the flush. As Falcon had tried to run ahead on the rock and finish that boy off. LFP1 with a double nade. Solds with the other one to finish off Caution immediately. 4 teams left, potentially dangerous. Mira, aka and Zona, aka and Zona, both getting pushed by the blue zone right now. Mira have taken over the center spot in the zone, potentially dangerous. And the rest of these teams going to have to push onto them. It looks like Zona and aka just want to deal with each other. Nanu with the Groza does find the knock onto one. Coyote finds the other with the AUG. Now AKA still not in the zone, trying to get a couple of smokes down. Potentially dangerous, only alive because of their cars right now. Then Mira end up getting to control everything else in the zone. They're up to 11 kills. LFP1 has 7. He has been crazy so far in this match. Fauna has 559 damage, but only 1 kill. Can we swap over to LFP1 so we can see how much damage he has? If he has like 17 damage, then we know who's really been putting in all the work. For Mira, as Tavon gets the kill onto Coyote. Oh, LFP1. Even more damage. Oh, Nanu takes the helmet off a Glock. Mira, they already have this locked down for util range, so they just have to hit the util if they have any more nades. Fauna gets the knock onto Gabru. As Tavon avoids that, there is a P90 on each team for Mira and potentially dangerous. Oh, Nanu hitting really good shots onto Tavon. Does end up finding his feet underneath, and Glock only sitting with a sliver of health left. Is he going to go down first as Sol's trying to find the shots? The hipfire comes out and nobody finds any damage onto either player. And Glock eventually steps around the side. Fauna hits the headshot. And AKA, 1 player left. Nanu does get the knock onto LFP1. Solds hasn't gone for a heal yet. And see the flush start to come out. Fauna out in the open. Nanu can still try and win this fight. Swaps over to the Groza, starts pushing forward. Solds around the side, going for the shots, and he does take down Nanu. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for Mira. 13 kills this time. 12, 12, 13 so far for them today. I mean, they're just dominant. Potentially dangerous also had 13 kills. It's really a tale of 2 teams right now. And Mira is showing that they're the more dominant team. We get our updated leaderboard. 166 points for Mira. There's still 3 games to go. 3. And they're at 166 points. That's just ludicrous. I feel like if you take out the top 4 teams, you might even be able to leave 55 in here, but if you leave 55 in here with just the rest of these teams, I think they start to dominate them. But if you take out the top 4 teams, I feel like you have a lobby that would have been really close and down to the wire the entire time. But that's not what we have. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 10. We're halfway through day number 2. So we hop into match number 10. I didn't turn the AC on, and I kind of regret it. It's getting pretty hot up in here. We'll turn the AC on for a second. It should be the last day of the year. Then I need it. Looking forward to not having to use my AC anymore. As not today, hut dropping caution. Cierlo gets the knock onto Schneider. Schneider gets flushed out. Cierlo pushing up forward with the double barrel. As Taifu gets a knock onto Gordao. Gets the flush to follow it up, and caution down to just a 2-man. Cierlo, trust me, don't try and take out the tires. If anything, camp the vehicle. So when they get in it, you can just pop their head a couple of times, and then take the car for later. We are watching a slideshow right now. Tunga's pushing forward. Alka holding with a shotty, finds the knock onto one, goes for the second, does a lot of damage, isn't able to find him. Soitera gets the flush. Cierlo does get knocked. We have a Vector in hand for MRX. He can't see anything, so he just goes for the flush before he gets blinded. It works out. That's another point for caution. Taifu eliminates the rest of the members. Not today. 4 kills early on. They grab Cierlo's chip. They should be able to get him rezzed pretty early on. With Toolins going for a spray onto Loki. Isn't really able to find too much. Now he's swapping onto Engine. As Engine really cutting it close there. Almost sent it right into the water. He is going to be fine, but now he has to deal with Skatastico. And a lot of damage goes out onto Engine as... Okay, that time he makes it into the water. That's not what you want to do. You do not want to end up in the water like Engine did. As, oh, Maya does get taken down. Maya's vehicle takes down Engine. Oh. Oh, what an unfortunate happening. You gotta be aware of where the vehicles are rolling. That is... Oh, Skatastico picks up another kill. Element's gonna be heartbroken about how it went down. He barely gave himself a chance. Hey, Loki does get a knock onto Skatastico, though. Little bit of revenge. It's not going to amount to much. They're wasting every single smoke they have. They were good like 2 smokes ago, I think. I mean, just back off the water. Like, you do not need these people's loot this bad. You're right next to a compound. Palace is nearby. They do get a flare out of it, so I guess that's kind of worth it. But I really also feel like you didn't need the loot that bad. I think they were over the top with it. Yayi goes down to falling. As Mira found bandits in rotation outside of the blue zone over towards the east. We did have a team that got a win outside of our top 3, though. I was kind of thinking Mira potentially dangerous and AKA we're going to win all the matches. But not today, getting that win earlier. I did prevent only 3 teams from winning. Mira have won their 2 matches today to match yesterday's total. They will potentially dangerous get a couple of wins. Will AKA get a couple of wins? Kind of curious. Danchin, it looks like, is in a tough spot down to the south, getting surrounded by Animaniacs. No Limit Gaming about to put themselves right into Shift S. But they spotted something and they went down to the beach side. I don't know what they saw, but it definitely just saved their life as they end up rolling right into elements. Donk mode puts the brake on and takes so much damage from Loki. Then he tries to lob the nade forward. His nade finding a little bit of damage as Loki's lands right on that front tire. Where did that vehicle go? It just, like, exploded and sent itself through Donk mode right there. Alright. Let's see. How does Leal do with this mortar? Are we not going to follow the mortar? I don't even know where the mortar landed. Shift S. All I have to say is, if you go for those drops, it's bait. Alright, go over towards 55 now. Honestly, those mortars don't look too bad. I feel like those mortars did land exactly where they needed to. Unfortunately for Leal, 55 was just smart enough to not stick in one spot. And they had plenty of space to move with because it's still phase 1 and there's just not a ton of people around yet. Ooh, LFP1 for Mira is ready. If Animaniacs peek from the wrong spot or take a knock at all, LFP1 is ready to hop right on them. He is right there. Woo! Leo, don't get run over. Phase 2, and we have a lot of water in this zone. Was it like 70-30 maybe? 70-30, maybe 80-20. There's not a ton of water, but definitely enough where it's going to constrict the play zone a little bit. Mira looking to send it over to Hosan Prison, and guess what? They have a single player of AKA to contend with. The other members are going to be making their way over here. Haven and Fauna pull up. Nanu does try and throw a nade forward. Doesn't really get it too far. Fauna repositioning the vehicle. Because, oh, guess what? Tequila also decided that they wanted to try and play over here. Interesting. 3 different teams here already. Mira looking to go right onto Tequila's position. I mean, the worst that happens for Mira here is they take out Tequila and they get taken down by AKA. But if they can take down Tequila and then AKA pushes them in the open, they might get AKA as well. And if they only win with 1 player surviving, there's a res station here. Alright, trade goes both ways, so Fauna takes a headshot immediately from Wilson. Nade gonna be coming out. That's a good nade, does even more damage onto Fauna. Almost takes down LFP1. Meanwhile, Haven has somehow snuck in here. He finds his second onto Falcon. The fact that Haven just found 2 kills there is atrocious for AKA. There's no reason he should have been able to get that second kill onto Falcon. But he does, and that's going to be 3 kills so far for Mira. They still need to try and deal with Tequila. But now they don't have to worry about AKA as much. Zone pulls right off the water. We figured it would. It goes over to the swamp area. Glock and Tavon kind of already over there. Not today, fighting on the very edge of it with 4 Monkeys men. Looks like Coyote is thinking about just leaving Hosan prison. He's just chilling in a corner right now. Oh, Mira want to hunt him down. Coyote, he is ready for it. I think they're going to try and clear the balcony first. 55 fighting bandits out here in the blue zone. Nade does go out, doesn't really find it. No, it does find Chuki. Yayi goes down to the AUG, and Karak picks up 2. Not today, take down 4 Monkey Men's. And now bandits have to try and back off and really deal with Karak. Oh, well, really deal with him, I guess, was a little overestimation. They dealt with him very quickly, and now it's a 1v1. R and Zira gonna be up against HFIT. Cheetah might get stolen away here. He is. Gumas takes that kill, but 6 kills for 55 isn't awful. Arden Zero doesn't have a vehicle and is trying to foot push into the zone. Shift S looked to be really focusing on bandits. So we might be able to sneak in without getting spotted. Tequila, they've backed off, but while they were backing off, they end up running right into Zona 8 Gaming. Now they're going to be stuck between Mira and Zona. So, I mean, Tequila, it's a rough position. Maybe you can get the 2 teams to fight each other, and you might be able to capitalize off something. Oh, Leal spotted through the bars. Solds finds the headshot, takes him down. Now it's only 2 players left up. And good shots there onto DeBox to get another knock. No kills yet for Solds, but he has 284 damage. Should be able to get the flush onto Leal here in a second. He's not going to be able to get it onto the box. But I don't know where Zona's going to be able to go. I don't know if they got smokes out early enough to protect at least the tires of one of the vehicles. Siriano tried to make the run over to Wilson. The res is going to be coming through. But Zamalenda... Oh... Is he going to be able to find the angle? Not yet. Swaps over to the red dot. Spray through the smoke real quick. Takes him out. So Tequila eliminated in 11th place. And now it's going to be Mira and Zona either fighting it out or trying to drive away from this position on Hosan Prison. They're not in the zone. They have a decent chunk of real estate that they got to make up. Zumalenda with his push, yeah, it worked out, but now he's a little bit behind the ball. They are going to be able to get out of there pretty easy, though. Oh, though they end up trying to drive straight through two different teams. The shots are going to come out. And they're making it without a knock yet. Yeah, they don't take any knocks, so... what really should have been a bad push for them ended up just fine, as both Shift S and Not Today weren't able to hit any shots. And made Zona's rotation look good. Though they do start losing a couple now that they made it towards the shack. Not Today. Now they're going to start shooting towards Mira. And if we go by how they tried to deal with Zona, Mira should be perfectly fine. 30 seconds left on this zone, and people are continuing to fight inside of it. Yeah, Shift S, definitely got to get out of here. Clown carring Bloods is going to be left behind. Soitera hits a headshot onto Gumas. The difference is Shift S goes a little bit too close to Not Today. They're going to be starting to hit their shots. Bloods, the last one left, going for the shots onto Soitera. Takes him down to around half. Taifu going to go down to the blue zone. No, just barely gets the first aid off in time to go down to LFP's one nade right afterwards. And Solds finds the headshot onto Bloods. Down goes Shift S. Into the placement points we go. As there is a player just chilling in the air above everyone else. HFit. MK14 and a BRDM. Not Today. 11 kills. Soitera taken down incredibly low. He goes down to the blue zone. Doesn't give the point to Mira. As that nade bounces right off of Lawson's forehead. Now Gringo follows it up with another one. Zig goes down to it. Artre barely survives. We're going to see Lawson prep another nade, throw it forward towards Daryl. So much damage. Unfortunately, just a little bit too far. Sonics does get the knock onto Artre with his nade. So it's just a bombardment so far. Lawson gets the knock onto Warlock as Gringo takes down Moo. Lawson in a 1v3. Molotov's going out. Shots go out. He's not able to find the angle onto Gringo. Daryl, oh, has a stun. Lawson does avoid it. Hits a headshot onto Sonics and then runs straight into that one. He tries to hit the deck. And there we go. Gringo around the corner. Takes him down. And Mulahs, they are able to defend their compound. They should be able to get the res onto Warlock just barely. As Donk Mode ends up getting a knock onto Sonics with the VSS. I don't know where Donk Mode came from. But all he has is a level 1 helmet, a 2 vest, and a VSS. And he got a knock. And he caused some problems. Throws the stun forward. breaks more glass. Oh, open that door real quick. You're gonna have more. He does spot the people out. And now he goes to leave, but Daryl is there and takes him down. 4 teams left. 21 minutes left. Well, 3 teams, because bandits just get eliminated. Mira, potentially dangerous. Who would have guessed that they'd be in the top 4 alongside Mullahs? Mira with another 11 kill game so far. They get another kill, it'll be their 4th 12 kill game in a row. I think they can do it. Twelve kills should be relatively feasible, potentially dangerous. They're trying to take zone position. Solds goes down as Tony hits the headshot. Fauna should be able to get the res in just a second, though. Mira need to send someone down here, I think. If they send someone down there, they're going to be able to deal... Oh, block. See, maybe if you didn't have the ace and you had a better gun, you might have been able to do something as Daryl gets good shots onto Gabbru. Gets a couple onto Glock as well. Now we have mortars coming out. That's going a little bit too far, hitting the tree. We'll see where the next one goes. A little bit farther. So bring it in, what, 2 ticks, and just slightly to the right. I think he went too far right. Oh, he's going for Gabbru now? Huh. Yeah. I think they tried to pull it in too much. So you have a 4v4 of potentially dangerous versus Mira. And then just Mullah is going to be causing problems nearby. Is really what this seems like. So if potentially dangerous and Mira focus on each other, really potentially dangerous is the one getting focused by Mullahs. But if potentially dangerous and Mira focus on each other, then Mullahs can just kind of sweep in for the victory afterwards. And since Mira hasn't sent anyone over where I said they should, Mullahs need to get a person over there now. You're going to have a really good angle onto Mira. You're going to be able to make sure that they can't flex out anymore. And you're going to constrict them to a much tighter space. And look, it's still just barely in on the edge. I really feel like there should be someone over there. Another mortar goes out. There we go! As it lands right on top of Gabbru. The mortar finally put to good use after quite a few missed shots. Alright, where is Haven going? Oh, he takes a headshot early on. Brings the vehicle a little bit too much into the water. But now he has that spot. See, if you had someone over where Haven is right now, you would have been able to knock him as he was trying to pull up to that position. Early kill. Oh, Fauna finds an angle, finds both Gabbru and Tavon. And now the goes out. He misses the shot, hits the headshot, followed up with the AUG. Unfortunately, The Og doesn't do as much damage as the Yong. Mullahs. They're flexing out at this point. And potentially dangerous. Gonna be in a real tough spot. They're trying to go for the reses again. They're not able to get over there in time to get the first one. Trying to get the second LFP1 just on the other side of the rock. Glock versus LFP1. Gringo, shoot your gun! The shots come out, LFP1 gets the knock onto Glock. Shoot your gun! Make something happen there. Because at this point, Mira's going to take down Tony, and then they're going to have free reign of the zone, and you're just going to be able to focus on you guys afterwards. Haven takes down Daryl, Solds takes down Tony, and now there's only 2 players left on Mullahs, and it should be a clean sweep for Mira. Sonics is trying to go for the res. Very out in the open res, if I might add. Oh, Gringo almost misses the shots onto LFP1. He does end up getting the knock and flush, so it brings it back into a 3v3. From the side, you do have Haven, who's going for a little bit of a flank. Now he's going to get focused down by 2 of the Mullahs. Meanwhile, Gringo going to be fighting 2 of Mira. So I think it all depends on how well the solos do here. And who's going to be able to last longer as the solos. And, nade usage there is beautiful from Mira to take down Gringo. Mullahs, you need to, like, try and push this matter against Haven, I feel like. Down they go. Mira, another win. 18 kills this time. 3,100 damage. 9 assists from the Mullahs, though. I mean, Mira. 28 points there. I don't even know what that puts them at for points, but it's ridiculous. Just stupid how many points they have. There we go. Mira, 194 points. That's just ridiculous. That's so stupid. We could literally take 100 points off of their total, and they'd still be in second place. I don't even know what to say. We're going to go to a break and be right back for match number 11. Alright, 2 more matches to go. How high can Mira get their total? I mean, they're gonna pass 200. The question is, how far past 200 can they go? I mean, even sitting at 194 with 2 matches to go is ridiculous. We have a hut drop in Novo. Really, guys? Novo? Wow. I will say, nobody's been waiting till the end of the plane path on any of these planes. And so nobody's in Severny. And that's where the zone goes. Which I think is pretty funny. We have 2 teams in Novo. Hot dropping each other, about as far away from the circle as possible. And nobody in Severny. And it's the center of the zone. I don't even... Oh, praise, you're gonna want to get off the top of that. Oh, he definitely sees Batunga's up there. With Toolins. Seen off on the rooftop by Taifu. Okay, someone pick up to the north. That's good. Gumas gets taken down by an Quanyo. No Limit Gaming, they're doing good so far. Bloods, he has the VSS. He takes down Benya from the side. Gets the flush real quick to follow it up. Gumas getting rezzed by Kenban. And Bloods finds Anaquano from No Limit Gaming. Now Racy, the last one over here, gets a very blind Bloods and then retreats to the tree. Gumas, Kenban gonna try and send their way forward to protect their fallen brethren. Very long reload for the M249. Does get the reload out, though. Anaquano is getting rezzed. We're going to see potential res come out onto Bloods, too. Bracey prepping the nade. Throwing it forward, not quite in the spot he needed to. Gumas takes a bullet from the ace. Now we're gonna see Raisty. Right there with Anaquano. Never mind, have lost P-Core since we were last over here. Oh. Bolty versus Dragonov. I love how Skatastico is just using the Dragonov like a Bolty. Craze ready with that Panzer. Bandits end up eliminating Zona. Taifu still peeking this exact same angle. Finds the headshot onto Skatastico with Toolins. The last one up over here. Head is spotted by Cirlo. Craze finds a knock onto Batungas. Panzer goes out, doesn't find anything. Never mind, does pick up at least 1 point. As Watulins gets taken down by Soitera. Now Craze should have been spotted out by Taifu right there. The flush gonna come out 3v1 Craze versus Soitera, Cirlo, and Taifu. It is quieted right down in this fight. Craze, he has plenty of bullets to take this fight with. He has a jammer pack. He can hear their footsteps, which means they can definitely hear his footsteps. He's going for the long-range spray. Does find the knock onto Soitera. It barely takes any damage in return. Gonna be trying to take the fight to Cirlo. He peeked one person and then swapped to the other, and unfortunately goes down as Taifu just pushes straight towards him. Not today. Should be able to get the res onto Soitera, get their teammate, Resiment Novo, and then try and send it all the way up to the other side of the zone. They have so far they need to go. Animaniacs. I don't know what this play is. Oh. 4 Monkey Men's is also over here. I think they might be blowing up a chip that they grabbed as well. Tequila! Up here to the north. Look at the amount of emergency pickups that have been used and are in use. That's ridiculous. 2 more emergency pickups coming overhead. Severny is just a hotspot right now. So many teams super close. There is no one, like, anywhere else on the map. Whether it be because they're still rotating in the blue zone, have been eliminated, or are inside of the Severny shooting range area. I mean, you have 2 different teams here on the res station. You have the full 4-man of bandits who have picked up 4 kills so far. And then you have a 2-man for 55 that are also split up towards the hillside. And then there's the south that's just, like, completely open and, like, 17 teams that are still in the blue zone. Le Peaks Looks like he got rezzed. He picked up an M16. Potentially dangerous. Going to be pushing onto him. Onto the rooftop. One player goes. He's trying to find the angle. But Tony takes him down. Gets the flush. There is the rest of Shift S. They're going over towards shooting range. Guess what? There's already a team over there. They're gonna pull off, but they're just gonna be out in the open. Blood just trying to make it over to the opening of the tunnel. Elements, they hold their spot. 37 points for them currently. They are 3 points outside of relegation. Oh, Kendman. Spotted out. Maya should be able to get the flush right afterwards. If not, Tavon might be able to steal it away. He is right above Kendman. Nade going over. Yeah, Gumas. Eliminated by some great util usage by Elements. I really feel like I've not had the energy for, like, the color commentating as well in this one. We might just call it after this. Doesn't really look like... anybody's around or watching right now anyways. I am super-duper tired. I've lost my energy. It's okay. PAS is happening next week, so we'll be doing watch parties and stuff the whole time, pretty much all week next week, except for maybe Monday, because on Monday I think we are starting a D&D campaign for my friend group, so I'll be busy with that. Messing about, causing trouble for people. There's not a whole lot happening in this lobby right now. I don't know enough about these teams either. Oh, Leal, that's a tree. Tony, that's a whole team. Wilson ends up getting the knock onto him and right into the rock afterwards. Tequila pulling up next to Elements. Very nadeable position. They're also not really, like, in the dip. There we go. Blood's staying alive, staying alive. Does pop the tire. Makes it annoying for Gabru. No Limit Gaming keeping Not Today out of this. Cirlo Soitera gonna be eliminated. I am super tired. So I think I will probably call it one match early. Sorry, everyone that is watching. But I'll probably call this as my last match if I'm gonna try and do a watch party pretty much all week next week for all of the PGS tournament for PGS 9 for Monkey Men's. He did know where the player was Nox, who just sprays through the smoke really quick, gets the confirm. Now the nades are going to come through. Gordau is spotted out, and Whiteson gets the knock and flush. That's another player down for Caution, who are not playing it very cautious. Now, still going to try and get the res, but Phase 4 is going to make it very, very difficult for that to happen. Elements fighting potentially dangerous on the edge of shooting range. Mira driving around in a BRDM. They just do what they want. They don't even have to, like, play seriously. They can just run people down like they are. LFP1 is just sprinting along the hillside because he wants to try and spray it. Not today. Potentially dangerous do end up eliminating Elements, who go down in 13th. 55 no longer at the res station area. There are two other teams there now. As, ooh, we're going to see another team try and pull up into this area. Mira are just above Tequila and Wilson. It's a couple of shots. Left P1 did spot out one player right along the fence line. Dude, Mira, 125 kills. That's ridiculous. I mean, potentially dangerous also have 78 to be fair, but they have, what, 100, which means they have 69 placement points. Nice. Mira has 69 placement points. Fortunately, they're probably going to get more in this match, and it's not going to be 69 anymore. Ching, 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 ching. I'm doing pretty good, TVX. How you doing on this wonderful day? I'm kind of like running out of steam. I'm getting really tired. I'm glad that Smear Zero was able to forward you over to me. He's a great guy. He's wonderful. And I appreciate him for letting me, yeah. PUBG does capture your attention. Mira has just absolutely dominated this lobby so far. They have 194 points right now. It's kind of ridiculous. As potentially dangerous to take a knock by Alka. Glock goes down as well. Now it's only on to Gabru. Did you? That's pretty cool. And Artray finds the spray onto Gabru. Potentially dangerous. Out in 11th. Nice. Yeah. It's so entertaining. I wish I had more energy right now, because I feel like I'm not giving my best right now. Which sucks, because I hate not feeling like I'm able to give my best commentary and everything. But all next week we're gonna be doing PGS watch party, and then Smear Zero, every Monday and Tuesday, normally. I don't know if it's Tuesday for you right now, or I don't know exactly where you live. I don't know if it's Wednesday morning or if it's Tuesday for you. But we are here at the beginning of the week, every single week doing Smear Zero, or at the very least watching some scrims if they're running. And next week we're gonna be doing a PGS watch party all week, and we'll be doing it again when PGS 10 comes around. And then hopefully between PGS 10 and PGC, Smear Zero and the rest of them will be back. Ooh, Leal. Good little headshot with the Dragunov onto Taifu. Hopefully they'll be back for a couple of weeks, and we might be able to cast them for Smear Zero League before PGC, but at the end of PGC, we will be, I'm sure, getting all the big names back in this, and I think Smear Zero is going to be doing a little bit of a end-of-the-year tournament himself with all the teams that have been playing Smear Zero League throughout the year. And that should be an absolute crap ton of fun, as LFP1 waited for Siriano to run way out in the open, able to get the knock onto him. And even though we're kind of tired, I'm going to hit those 5 push-ups for your follow. Yeah. If it's 10 a.m. for you right now, it must be Wednesday morning. So every Tuesday and Wednesday morning, I'll be on casting Smear Zero League as LFP1 takes down Karak. 55 gonna have to deal with the util bombardment coming down from Mira. That Panzer gonna go out, blow up one of the vehicles, maybe cause a chain reaction as more nades do start to come through. In the kill feed, we see AKA get eliminated by bandits. And, all the... Oh, Karak runs over RN0. It's a catastrophe. They're taking themselves out now. I was gonna say, all the VODs and everything do get uploaded, to my YouTube as bandits crashing right onto Crack. He takes down 2 of them, goes for more, runs out of bullets, and gets taken down by Yayi. The rest of the 55 weren't there. They did get the res onto RN0, but they're dealing with Mira right now. All the VODs get uploaded onto YouTube, and then clips from all the streams do go up every single day on TikTok, X, YouTube, whatever you use. Oh, LFP1 finds Psycho, goes down to RN0. A little bit of a support from Bandits as the Bardum rolls forward after it gets blown up. RN0 does get the flushes onto Mira. Oh, that nade. Absolutely perfect. He hops into the Bardum before he gets blown up, though. Oh, what a heads-up play from RN0 right there to make sure that he doesn't go down. Hops into the BRDM. Alright, how does Mira want to fight this one out? They only have 5 kills. It's going to be the first game for them with less than 12 kills. I don't think there's any mathematically possible way. 7 plus 5. Oh, no. Okay. So if nobody else kills anyone, and Mira kills everyone else, they can still go for 12 kills. As Solds gets the knock onto Chuki, Fauna gets HVIT, Yayi does get Fauna. Batungas takes down Yayi. Solds takes down Batungas. Kill stolen away for Solds. We have 4 solos on the field. Fachita takes down Solds. Mira eliminated in 4th. So it's a 1v1v1. RN0 has a Bardum that barely has any health left. That's going to be enough to blow it up. Leo did see one. Oh, now he sees RN0. Goes for the spray. Hits the final shot. 1v1 Fachita versus Leo. Though gets a good couple of shots onto Fachita to start it off. Swaps over to the Ace, which I personally still think is the worst gun in the game. Oh, he sees him. Saw his shoulder, hits the shot. Tequila is able to take match number 11. 4 kills to go alongside it. And Bandits, they had a really good match for themselves. 13 kills. Mira still ended up with 9 right at the end, after only having 4. But we'll look at an updated leaderboard really quick. Mira is going to be so far in front of everyone else. It's going to be dumb. Updated leaderboard any second now. Maybe not. Alright, Mira breaks 200 points, 207 for them. If we look over at the relegation zone, Animaniacs 39 points in 13th, Shift S, Caution, and Nevermind. Nevermind definitely aren't going to be making it. It's going to be a hard one for Caution, and then Shift S, Animaniacs, Elements, 4 Monkey Men's, and Zona are all going to be fighting for the last 2 spots. I tried to stay out of relegation, but I'm too tired to do another match, unfortunately. I do appreciate everyone that stopped by. Thank you guys so much for the support. I will be back here again next week for some more of this. Hopefully I'll be able to get plenty of rest and everything between now and then. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye.